Okay, so I hope you didn't see my lower body because, yeah. So this is how I woke up this morning. Seriously, I was still awake at 2 o'clock this morning, and my dogs, I have Leonbergers. They are huge, giant breed dogs, and they're all still puppies. They're only like 17 months old or less. And then I've got a couple German Shepherds. Anyway, they like to go out early. So I'm going to try and get this more centralized. So sorry about the way I look. Like I said, I just woke up a little while ago and took care of the dogs, and this is exactly how I went to bed. I didn't even take my makeup off last night, so not that I had a lot on anyway. So I don't know if I mentioned my hair's pretty long, so yeah, it's all piled on top of my head. I realized after watching the broadcast last night, I told you guys that I would talk to you on Thursday and I might get my tongue pierced, but because I had deleted some previous recordings yesterday before deciding on the last one, I realized that I didn't tell you about the tongue piercing I want to get. So I've been doing a lot of research, and that's what I tell you guys all the time. Do your research, you know. And you can listen to 50 opinions, and, you know, maybe a quarter of them will be the same, and, you know, another quarter will be the same, and then the other halves will be, you know, totally different experiences. So just do your research, visit your piercing shops, talk to the piercer, and, you know, I know a lot of people just get it in their mind one day, oh, I'm going to go get my tongue pierced, or I'm going to go get my, you know, lobes pierced, or my septum pierced, or whatever, and you don't do your research. And I understand the spontaneity, because I'm very spontaneous. I'm a kind of fly by the seat of my pants kind of person in a lot of ways, but in this case, I urge you to do your research. So anyway, I was looking at tongue piercings, and I kind of had wanted one, you know, I don't know, back in the 90s or something like that. They were pretty popular back then. And my son had gotten one, and, you know, I just never really, you know, he had gotten his tongue and his labret and his eyebrow and his nipples, and I don't know what else pierced. I don't want to know. And, you know, but I was in a situation, I think I explained before, where my family and those around me were, you know, kind of not uplifting to me. And so, you know, I always walked on eggshells about what people would think, because as it was, my just everyday normal choices were kind of made fun of, or, you know, whatever. So anyway, I did a lot of research on tongue piercings, because I came across Venom bites. And if you don't know what they are, Google them. I mean, YouTube them. YouTube is a great resource. And yeah, so it's 2 piercings instead of 1. Normally, we're just going to say the standard tongue piercing is 1 barbell through, you know, your tongue. So it goes through the top of the tongue. Sorry, I got a piece of fuzz on my Medusa here, and it's driving me crazy. And yeah, so it goes, you know, through your tongue. So the Venom bites are one here and 1 here. Okay, however, here's the kicker. Your piercer needs to examine, and I said your body in my previous broadcast, I meant my tongue. So your piercer has to look at your tongue, and, you know, we're just going to say that your piercer has to check out your anatomy before you get a piercing, because you may not be eligible to get Venom bites. That piece of fuzz is driving me crazy. I think it's gone now. Okay, I think we're good. So anyway, yeah, I looked at the underside of my tongue, and my veins are one of those. Say, this is your tongue, okay? This is your tongue. We'll do it with the pointy thing. My veins run down either side, you know? And, of course, when they put the needle through, guess where the needles are going to go? And you can't have them punch that big vein in there, because you're going to bleed like heck. And And, you know, there may be some nerve endings. I took anatomy and physiology 2 or 3 times during my life, and I don't remember all, you know, the nerve endings on the tongue. But I do know the veins are there. So he has to check and see, you know, there is a possibility they can go down in the right spot, but then they'll angle them so there'll be more touching underneath your tongue. I've seen that on quite a few people. But I don't know until I go in and see him. So I hadn't explained, you know, that what venom bites are and, you know, why I wanted to get them. And that's just because I came across them and I said, oh, those are freaking cute. And I also like the snake bites, and that goes through the sideways through the tip of your tongue, you know, not the very tip, but back just a little bit. And I like those too. I think those would maybe clink more on your lower teeth, you know. And when you're wearing titanium balls, I can see that they can wear maybe on either your gum or your teeth eventually. And even your, now that I'm talking, I think they would maybe even hit your upper teeth as well. So, you know, I know you can switch out to acrylic balls later on. But I'm just going to go in and talk to him and see what he says. Because I couldn't sleep very well. That's why I was still awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. Because I was thinking, oh man, you know, am I really doing this? Am I really doing this? I'm going to go and, you know, get my tongue pierced. Is this really happening? So, yeah. But it depends on what he says. So, oh, Komodo dragon. I found some beans in my cupboard this morning. I thought it was out of coffee, and I had some Starbucks beans. We don't have a Starbucks around here because I told you guys I live in a little tiny village in upstate New York. I'm south of Niagara Falls, about 50 minutes, and I'm surrounded by Amish farmland and lots of Amish. And yes, they're in the buggies and they wear the black and the hats and all that stuff. And so, I mean, they're all over our village. And anyway, so I'm in a very conservative place, but I'm doing my own thing. Yeah. I've got great neighbors and I love the area. It's beautiful and I'm happy in my house. I mean, who wouldn't love my house? I'll post a picture. I'll insert a picture that I did on PicStitch or PicMonkey or something like that. And I'll show you guys a picture of my house. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry about the messy hair and everything this morning, but I just wanted to touch on that tongue piercing, you know, and what I may be getting done on Thursday, because I think I erased the video that actually explained what I was doing possibly on Thursday. So, snake bites if I can get them. Maybe 2 down the center if I can't. I'm just not sure what will happen. He does not offer the scoop piercing. And that's more of a surface piercing, and I don't think I want that anyway. So, yeah. And then the double tragus, which is your little bump of cartilage right here. And that's normally just a quick pierce, just like any other cartilage. You know, it's just a quick pierce, but I want 2 there. So, probably get 2 studs or maybe a stud and a ring. I'm not sure yet. And other than getting my other side of my nostril done, maybe 2 fine hoops, and then working on this ear, getting a doff and, you know, some helix done, I think I'm pretty much going to be done with the piercings. So, never say never. Anyway, so I wanted you guys to know. Do you guys like my cup? I spin wool with spinning wheels and also drop spindles. I have quite a collection of them. And, yeah, but now I'm selling LuLaRoe clothing, so there isn't much time to do a lot of my arts and craft kind of stuff. But, yeah. Anyway, so you guys have a great day, and it was great speaking to you today. And I'll get this posted as soon as I can. I'm off to the shower.